D, I've never been so motivated to learn French as I was at the beginning of this episode.
Why is that?
We're going into this delicious looking baked goods shop. There are donuts, beignets, and croissants. Guess I already kind of knew that. And we're ordering 4 of each. Are they getting anything for Ben?
I don't know. I wonder what the French word is for 8 or dozen.
Let's see. The only French I know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. I don't know. We need to watch more. 90 Day, The Other Way, Season 7, Episode 8. Stop! Let's watch.
Remote reality, yeah, that's the key. Unlocking stories wild and free. With the host, side by side. Channel surfers, let's ride.
Channel surfers, welcome to Remote Reality. If you're new here, if you have been a channel surfer for a while, or at least since we started this podcast back in April, thank you for tuning in. I'm Lauren. I'm an attorney that loves reality TV.
And I'm Dee, her paralegal.
Who I dragged into this. Kicking and screaming.
Yes, you did.
But you're
I was
fun,
not
right?
supposed to be in front of the camera. I was supposed to be behind it.
I know. We were just going to do a podcast. Apparently, YouTube is the podcast of the future.
Well, and then there's Liz. Thanks, Liz.
Okay, well, we're not going to get into all of that today. If you listen to older episodes, my friend and I were going to start this together, but she's very busy. She's going to a concert tomorrow, which is why she can't do the Love is Blind finale. Not that she's covered any of the Love is Blind with us. That has been D and I. It's D and I. So if you enjoy our episodes, like and subscribe. We're at 79 subs on YouTube.
Yay.
And I know that seems super, super small for a YouTube community, but we are doing this for fun and it's huge in our hearts. Like it means so much to us. And that's a lot. Imagine 79 people. Like if we invited all the channel surfers over to my house, that would be packed like sardines.
We'd have a good
still have
party.
fun. Yeah, we would. We'd either play or have an orgasm. Just kidding.
Gosh, you went there already, huh?
Well, this is how we started this episode, Manon
Yes.
and Anthony. So Anthony is trying to learn French, and I'm trying to learn French with him. I can order a croissant now if I go. That's the important thing. I can order carbs. We're great.
It was retained for like 5 seconds in my brain, and then that was it. I'd be the person in the shop with the app on my phone that translated what I was saying.
Girl, I'll be thinking about that beignet all day. So, and I don't know how to say this. Basically, the difference between having an orgasm in French and playing is an I or an E. It's Jouir, which is orgasm, or Jouer, which is play. So Manon and Anthony are in the park. And can you imagine like the families in the park that day sitting nearby, listening to Ben with, it almost sounds like a hick accent speaking French,
Yes.
telling his kid to go have an orgasm, like his 3-year-old, go have an orgasm because he uses the wrong word. What was the other thing? The big sexy butts?
Yeah, that was the one on the last episode, I think.
He's gonna
Beautiful butt. Beautiful
go have
butt.
an orgasm. Beautiful butt. He's going to try to say thank you.
At least they're all interchangeable.
They're like, kids, let's leave. This park isn't right for us today. We're going to go down to the bread store. And then boom, there he is ordering God knows what.
They're probably like, the only thing this man's missing is the white panel van. Listening to him talk.
And puppies.
Candy.
They're scared. They're scared.
Yeah.
Now, Anthony, I don't know if he said he's not religious, so he could just be spiritual. He could be atheist. He could be agnostic. But there's going to be a baptism, a Catholic baptism tomorrow for Ben, which Ben's a little bit old for a Catholic baptism. Usually Catholics do it like right off the bat. Baby's born, boom, baptism. I'm Catholic. So, and my husband is atheist, and my friend, she and her husband, same thing. She grew up Catholic. Her husband's atheist. So we've been through this, but he is on the fence about it. This actually reminds me of that Sex and the City episode where Miranda and Steve are going to get their son baptized, Brady. And Steve really wants it. He's like, what's a little water on the kid's head? And Miranda is like, no, I don't know. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
It's been a while since I watched Sex in the City, but I vaguely remember.
Dee has given me the deer in the headlights look.
Yeah.
All right, Channel Surfers, you might know what I'm talking about. It has, I mean, this show's like 20 some years ago. And I didn't watch it when it was on, but when it was on, I was in college and I go into my psychology 101 class and I had the most interesting professor. Like he related everything back to sex. And then I find out he's like, yeah, so some people know my daughter. She's pretty well known right now. She's on a pretty popular show. Her name is Kristen Davis. She's on the show called Sex in the City, which at the time I'm like, I have no idea. I'm just trying to ace this class. And everybody's like, whoa. So that's Charlotte. It was her dad was my psych professor. And I'm super like, he was like a sex psychologist. So I paid a lot of attention. I was like, this class is so interesting. But oh my God, ADHD. Where did I get off topic? Oh, Miranda, Steve, baptisms, where Anthony stands. We're back.
He's
going
gonna
to that road trip.
Yeah, he's going to do it for Manon.
He is. As long as they're not practicing, he is good. He's good. And Manon, she sees it as a cultural thing, which I get that. There's a lot of traditions, I think, associated with any religion. Like with Catholicism, there's midnight mass. And like, even though I'm not going to church, you know, I still like the Advent calendar. And
Yeah.
there's still things that it's just kind of cultural. It's not just the religious part. So what did you think about Anthony saying that people hide behind the establishment of religion when they do bad things? I thought that was a deep statement.
I think we've all probably come across people like that in our lives at one point or another. I don't think everybody does that.
I think people hide behind whatever they need to when they do bad things. And I think we see a lot of this in this episode when we get down to Chloe, who is blaming her problems on everybody under the stars, including Johnny and his friends.
Yelp. Oh, she's a whole other story we're going to get to.
People that don't take accountability are going to find something to stick it on. So the baptism in French, I didn't understand a word of it. I'm reading the subtitles, but this is the exact same thing as the Catholic Mass here. It's the same thing every time, except they changed it like a while ago and haven't been to church since. So when I go in, like with my parents, I say the wrong thing and everybody looks at me like, heathen, you don't know you're not supposed to say that part anymore. Sorry. It was the end of the gospel. May the Lord be with you. Let's acclaim the word of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. I went to Catholic school too. So like every week. And we meet Manon's big family, which like any family apparently has a lot of issues.
Yeah. I was really hoping we'd get to see some arguments or something, but we didn't. Not at least in this episode.
The only issues we were really seeing was coming from Manon and her feelings of not being successful, her feelings of failure associated with having to leave the U.S., which, to be fair, it's hard here, especially right now with inflation. She's saying I had to work 2-3 jobs to make ends meet. I think a lot of people are feeling that.
Yeah. I agree.
That's very relatable right now. Manon tells us that her sister, Marie, which is my middle name, Marie, she's had some distance with her. So I thought we were going to get some drama there. But Manon decides to make Marie the godmother for Ben. Catholics, you have like a godmother and godfather. Do you know, I guess, do other religions do that? I have no idea.
None of the ones that I mean, my dad's family was pretty much Baptist. I don't recall there being any godparents.
I'm a godmother.
Aw.
Probably pretty bad godmother. I haven't seen my goddaughter in a long time, like 10
What
years.
exactly is the purpose of the godparents? Like if something happens to the parents, then the godparents take care of the kids or what?
What you kind of hear like growing up. But as an attorney, I can tell you it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
You don't just get passed off to a godparent. The law is not like okay, you haven't seen your godmother in 20 years. Well,
Right.
I haven't seen your godmother in 5 years, but she's a crack addict now. But here you go, off to live with her. Not saying that that's what happened with me and my goddaughter. Just we live in different states anyway.
Sure.
So yeah, I don't know. It's just a tradition. My godparents live in New Jersey, like right across from New York, right across from Manhattan. I haven't seen them in a really long time, but I'm friends with them on Facebook.
Thank God for Facebook. So you can stay in contact with your godparents.
That is so true. Because I didn't see them for a long time before I got Facebook. But I love them. Don't love them, any different. They're my mom's cousins. Anyway, I didn't take my meds today.
It's showing.
It's showing.
You're all over the place. Like, I don't even know what to say. I'm like just sitting here watching the roller coaster. I might jump in when I can.
So Marie, she thinks this will bring them closer. So the only real drama that we get with Marie is that she can speak English.
Good.
Which leads to a really uncomfortable situation for Anthony.
How so?
Well, you watched it.
I don't know, but I forgot that part. I'm thinking about the mojitos because she said they were really strong. And then the fact that she was drinking that wine out of a wine glass with a straw.
And you're on the right track. And then she says they're really strong. You turn to her dad and Ben. Is he giving him a sip of the mojito?
I don't know, but I was just sitting there like, is she drinking that with a straw? And it's like every time they go to her, there's a different kind of drink in her hand. So first it's the mojito, then there's a red wine, then there's a white wine. The white wine, she doesn't have the straw in it.
That is not the straw. But mixing all of that is a recipe for a hangover.
Well, it's also a sign, I think, to Anthony because he's like, okay, she's getting tipsy. I think I'm going to get out of here.
He ends up leaving. But
yeah.
I know that they drink at a younger age in France. Like you might have wine with dinner, but Benjamin's like 2. Is he drinking mojitos at dinner?
Surely not.
That's where it starts. The last thing my kid needs, my toddler needs, is a mojito.
No, we're
Crazy
going to get
enough already.
We're going to give yours Coca-Cola.
Yeah, definitely give him the caffeine. Calms them down. And then Manon is saying everything is delicious in France. I cannot wait to order and eat. It's all so good. And Anthony says, even the sausage I had the other day. So apparently he had some sausage that did not taste good. And he's like, that, newsflash, it's not all good. And she's like, oh no, I like your sausage. And then she starts making it sexual. And Anthony is like, your family, like your whole family is here. And Manon goes, they don't speak English. She goes, Marie does. And Marie just like looks at him. Marie heard about the sausage. And
everybody's hearing about the sausage.
She just thinks about food that way. She's sexual. It really was sausage.
No, she was definitely talking about that man's sausage.
Well, maybe Marie doesn't know English that well. Maybe
she don't know what sausage is in America. Maybe she thinks it's something different.
Maybe she thought they were actually talking about sausage. They're like, what the heck? Manon. Why are you trying to convince him that sausage is good? Let me see. I think we've got it. The sweetest moment of this whole episode is when Manon, okay, this part's not sweet, but she starts getting in her feelings about being a failure. Like I said, she feels like she's a failure for having to leave LA. And it comes up because one of her family members starts talking to her about looking for a house. And she goes, look, we're not there financially. And then she's getting in her head. She's worried about finding that work-life balance, which that's understandable when you're self-employed. And it's hard at first. It's hard to let go and leave business at work. Until you realize everything's going to be okay, it's difficult. But she just doesn't know if she's going to make it work. I think the added pressure of Anthony giving her a hard time, plus the fact that they need income, I think both of those factors are just making it extra hard. I wish he was more supportive and understand that this is a transition.
Yeah, he's very critical of her. And I personally don't feel like he's pulling his own weight in this. Like, he's very critical of her, but there's things that he could be doing that would make the transition a lot easier too. And instead, he's just criticizing her. And when she does start thinking about, the business with the all natural stuff that she was talking about last week,
Yeah.
he's very like critical with it again. He's not
So what
supportive.
suggestions would you have for Anthony? Life advice from D.
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
So I was thinking he could make it easier just by shutting his mouth.
Well,
Shove
that
a
would be-
sausage in there.
That would be a good start. Yeah, let's put some sausage in your mouth, maybe some more croissants or
Maybe that's why they got 8. Every time Anthony starts talking, she's just like, enjoy this beignet. He shoves it in his mouth.
maybe that's why she's
Choking
double
on it.
fisting alcohol at the table.
Man, but I say he needs to calm down, but he's
Mhm.
got a little child, which doesn't ever make situations less stressful, especially when it's all falling on him. So they're both they're still in the same tough situation they were when they left the US, which is what his sister said, which is what we said, which again, this is probably put on. I think they're still running their business from France and we're just having fun talking about their acting in the edit.
Yeah.
Her parents, so amazing. They are like, no, calm down.
Mm-hmm.
You're drunk. She's like, I'm not drunk, which is what all drunk people say. No.
And I
Not
love
drunk.
you. And I love you. But I love you. No, I'm not drunk, but I love you.
I need a hug. And she says, no, I just feel like a failure. And they're like, no, you're a winner.
Mm-hmm.
Look at what you've done. You went to the US all by yourself without
Yeah.
anything. And you built a business and you were able to finance and buy a house and a car. And they're like, they don't say all of that, but they say, look at what you've accomplished. And when they say that, the camera pulls back and you see her, Ben, and Anthony. This is before Anthony
Left.
like, all right, time.
Yeah.
This is right before he's like, oh, time to get out of here. But I was like, that's so beautiful. Like, yeah, look at what she's accomplished. That's huge.
Yeah, she's beating herself up way too much.
She was making it in LA. That is not an easy place
Right.
to make it.
Well, and two, she's always felt like, I don't know what the word I want to use is, but she's not really felt very close with her parents since she went to
Right.
LA. She felt like, that they were part of the problem with the issues that she has. And for them to be sitting there saying, no, you're a winner, has to mean so much to her.
I wonder though if she's wearing not rose-colored glasses, but shaded glasses like you.
Mhm.
Where she is seeing it in a more negative way. Like
Mhm.
maybe her parents have always been supportive, but she's so critical of herself that she's not accepting that. Because, right now, the problem is she's being critical of herself.
Mhm.
And really, she's accomplished so much. Like, it's amazing. Really, what Manon has done is amazing.
Yeah.
So I just hope that she can see that. It's hard. It's hard to see things in yourself. I hope that she can embrace that. So talking about hard to see things in yourself, Johnny and Chloe, do you think Chloe at all sees that she's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs?
I think she recognizes one bit that she's got some major issues.
Oh my God. And her friend ain't helping things. You do not need your buddy sitting there like, hey, I stalked my boyfriend too. Normalizing this.
Now, Lauren, it's not stalk, it's spy. She spies on her boyfriend.
I'm failing to see the difference, Dee.
I fail to see. There is no distinction in what she's doing. It's not spying, it's stalking.
She's not working for some foreign government in a
No.
submarine. She probably would go get a job with some foreign government to get a submarine to sneak up on Johnny while he's on his boat and take a look from underneath to see what's happening on underside of the water. But we're not quite at that point yet. We're teetering on it. It's going to
Yeah.
happen soon.
I'm surprised she hasn't installed cameras on the boat, honestly.
She's going to be snorkeling. Like,
She'll be
are their bodies touching when they go under?
she's gonna sneak out in the middle of the night, break into the boat to put cameras everywhere so she can watch him.
These two have different lifestyles. Johnny doesn't even drink.
No, I was surprised when they said that. How does he even put up with her? Like, if you're sober and you're listening to that stuff,
Take a page out of Manon's book.
seriously, get you a mojito, bud.
Fireball, fireball.
Something.
Just kidding. Alcohol is not a way to deal.
It is not the answer.
It is not the answer. And good for him for being able to maintain a pretty clear mind and just maintain some composure while dealing with Chloe and her
Right.
craziness.
Yeah, most people would have lost their shit on her after listening to some of the stuff she was saying.
So they're going out for drinks because that's what Chloe likes to do. And she's invited Carrie Anna. And they get to the restaurant, sit down, order some food. And Chloe just admits, yeah, I went spying on you earlier today. What the hell? Like, don't say it. Like, don't do it. But we're going to admit our crazy? I mean, at least she's out in the open with it. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this.
I don't know, full disclosure, I don't think he knows what to think about it. I mean, I'm sure he's a little familiar with it because he's already had to deal with the cameras in the house where she can keep an eye on him when she was in the United States.
But
And
that was supposed to change when she got here.
oh
It's
my gosh.
Because first, her craziness is because they're so far apart.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're not. So we got to find new outlets for her craziness. And then Carrie Anna comes in and she's like, yeah, we were spying on you or sleuthing, whatever the hell they call it. They're being creepy. And Johnny's like, do you do this to your boyfriend? She's like, yeah, yeah, of course. He
Is
says,
this is this normal, you think, in this age group?
No, it wasn't when I was that age group. I have
Well, it wasn't for me
never-
either when we were in that age group. I'm just
I
wondering
have
if it's like a
never.
common theme or something, because that's two of them now on the same show sitting there saying that they stalk their boyfriends.
Never. I have never done that.
Mm-mm.
And when we were their age, there wasn't even social media where
No.
you had a huge glimpse into their lives.
Yeah. My thought is if I've got to do something like that, if my brain goes to that's what I need to do, then I need to get out of this relationship.
You need to not be in a relationship.
Exactly.
Whether it's this one
Mhm.
or if it's not just this one, another one, you need to evaluate your life. Johnny says, he's like, why are you guys so crazy? I was like, oh shit, he used the C word. He called them crazy. I thought a bomb was about to go off. I was like, duck and cover, Johnny. Get under the table. You just called two crazy women crazy. That ain't good. You just lit that TNT. You better run.
I thought he
didn't-
nailed. I
they
thought he
didn't
hit
go
the
off.
nail right on the head.
I was shocked. I was like, okay, so again, they're acknowledging.
Well, no, she turned that around and she said that it was because of them. If they're crazy, it's because of the guy. It's Johnny's fault that she's crazy. I don't think so. Like, this guy's not doing anything. He's going to work and he's coming home. That's it. That is it.
If Johnny was doing anything to cause this, he would stop. If this was really him making them crazy, he wouldn't be doing whatever it was.
Yeah.
This is them.
Yeah, nobody wants to deal with crazy. You're going to do whatever you can to get away from it, honestly.
And Johnny just doesn't understand. Spying, it's not malicious. She's trying to help him. D. What?
How is that helpful? Like, that makes absolutely no sense. What?
Is this your 4-year-old child and you're at the playground watching him play? What? Why
Like,
do your eyes need to be on him? And what is this doing? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's
Like, is she
crazy.
taking notes so that she can, do a test or a quiz when he gets home? Like, you need to do this different, this different, this different. I don't know. It makes no sense.
You know how when you're on an airplane and they're going through the whole like buckle up thing and they say, if there's an emergency, put your oxygen mask on before you help the people beside you
Mm-hmm.
because you have to help yourself before you can help others.
Mm-hmm.
Chloe, take a page out of that book. you got to fix some shit before you start trying to fix him.
Yeah, that's a great analogy. I honestly don't see what he needs fixed on. Like, what needs to be fixed with him so far? I've
Well,
not seen anything.
she has excuses for it. I mean, first of all, his friend, Keener, that is the problem that needs to be fixed. Because when they were single, Keener and Johnny, they would go out and they would pick up girls
No, you're not supposed to do that when
No.
you're single.
and they would take them home.
That's even worse. What
And they
are these
work
singles
together.
doing?
So she doesn't like Keener because he creates an environment for Johnny. And remember, Johnny, quote unquote, cheated, which that's not exactly how I remember it. That's a good twist on it, but is that what happened?
No, you can't cheat on somebody when you're not in a relationship with them. So this is some kind of wicked spin she's put on it in her head. And so everything is about cheating and she can't trust him when there's not been any reason in the relationship that he shouldn't be trusted. I mean, that's
Ever
just,
since they've been exclusive,
Mhm.
from my understanding, they've been exclusive. He was in an open relationship and he was seeing her, but he had not disclosed that he was in an open relationship, which, I mean, arguably that is not potentially ethical non-monogamy. It depends, but you'd probably want somebody who is looking for a relationship to let them know that you have other partners, maybe from the outset. But they weren't exclusive. She had no expectation of exclusivity. They were not monogamous. So it's just another way to rationalize her craziness, even though it makes no sense. It sounds good. He cheated on me. It sounds good. But when you dive into the facts, we're not hearing everything. And his friend creates a perfect space for cheating. It sounds good. But really, is your friend the reason that you cheat? That has to do with Johnny and his boundaries, if that is in fact what happened. If you went out with your friend and they were like, come on, D, cheat. Come on, D, drink, cheat. Does that change the boundaries that you have?
Just who does that? I mean, seriously, I don't know anybody. I have never been out with any friends that were in relationships where the single people in the group were trying to encourage them to cheat. It just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen.
Now, we might be missing something with the edit. Maybe a lot more stuff happened in this relationship. I mean, we're seeing very small parts of a very small period of time where the cameras were filming them. So obviously there's a lot in their relationship that we have not seen. But I don't care. I don't care what we haven't seen. If you're at the point where you are climbing up in a tree with binoculars to spy on your boyfriend, you need to get out. You need to get out of the relationship.
Yeah. And this conversation at the table, yeah, it's aggressive. Like, she's not just having a conversation and saying these things. She's very aggressive and loud with the things that she's making, even the expression on her face, the way that
Keener
she's saying
shows
it.
up.
Yeah.
And he says, oh, you look tan. And she's like, oh, thank you. I don't dislike you anymore. And then he's like, yeah, I saw you out there in the tree.
He saw her.
Saw you trying to be Tarzan, swinging out of trees, watching us.
I'm surprised that he didn't go and get Johnny and say, look over there. Isn't that your girlfriend?
I love this shade, though. I love the shade he's throwing. He's like, you look tan because you've been outside all day spying on us.
Oh, good point. I didn't even notice that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, she doesn't, but I really like a Keener.
I did too. And he's cute. He's cuter than Johnny.
Oh, he is cute. He's tall.
Yeah, he is way
like he's
cuter
about,
than
like,
Johnny.
6'6", 6'7".
Yeah. That's another thing, you know, when I look at Johnny and all of these issues that she has, I'm like, I don't know why you're that worried. Like, really? Especially if he's going out with someone that looks like this. I mean,
Well,
that guy's getting all the attention.
Right. He's got it pegged, though. He says, you like to fight. You like to start fights. And she goes, the last thing I want to do is fight. D.
Wrong.
D. The last thing she wants to do is fight. Do we believe that?
No, I don't.
Yeah, she immediately starts fighting. Like, if you don't want to fight, just keep your mouth shut and have a conversation with Johnny when you get home. Don't sit there and the next moment, which again could be editing, but turn around and just blow up about how she doesn't want to have a problem with him. She's trying really hard not to have a problem with Keener, as we can see, or she's finding every reason to have a problem with him. And he goes, you are so aggressive.
She was.
And then in high times, Keener goes, yeah, Chloe's an asshole.
I know. Well, it was funny because he's like, I'll admit, I know I can be an asshole, but she's an asshole.
And she shows her ass. She tells Johnny he can't go out with Keener. And Johnny is saying, you don't control me. You need to, and she's saying, you need to respect me. I'm telling you not to go out with him. Okay. When somebody starts sitting there and throwing respect into it to get you to do something that you don't want to do, red flag.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with respect.
Huge manipulation.
He is not disrespecting her by being himself. She is with him. This is who he is. He has friends. He has a life.
Yep. She's known it all along. She's known what kind of job he had. She knows that he's around women. I mean, I don't know what she expected.
She expected him to be like, oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I'll stop hanging out with my friend. He's 32, though. She's 23.
Mm-hmm.
She needs to
grow the fuck up.
There we go. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So, before she will feel comfortable with him hanging out with Keener, she tells Johnny, I need to get to a point where I don't hate Keener. And she's trying really hard not to. Why does she hate him? Oh, because when they were single, they hung out. So that will always be the case. How do you fix the fact that in the past, before you ever met Johnny, they were single, they would go out, or before you were ever exclusive with Johnny and you're living in a different country, they were single, they were going out, and they were doing single man things. How do you resolve that problem? Because that's the past. That is a problem. It's not a problem, but that being her problem, it's not resolvable. It's something that will never be fixable. She can't get a time machine and go back and make them not friends. They've been best friends for a long time.
Exactly. And then, and along with that manipulation is also the fact that she keeps throwing up that she gave up everything to come down there with him, and she didn't give up anything. If she went and flew back to the United States tomorrow, she would have her job back with her mommy, living with her mommy, and mommy paying for everything. So she is clueless. She is absolutely clueless.
No respect on what he's giving up, which he's a 32-year-old man who has been living by himself, doing things his way, and he is inviting her into his house, supporting her. Even the little changes are still changes. So then she gets into this. Is it a sacrifice for her to come over, or is it what he wants? Those aren't mutually exclusive. He might want to be with you. It doesn't mean that he's not giving something up.
Right.
Which is how relationships work. You're going to give up a little bit of your independence. I mean, you're not going to be codependent, but you're going to be considerate of your spouse. You're going to let them know, when you're on your way home, or let them know that you're okay. You're not going to just disappear for a few days.
She just has a very twisted sense of logic that is only understandable by her, because other people don't get it.
I think she's feeling it. I think she's feeling very wronged and very hurt, and it has to do with insecurity. And she's trying to explain why she feels this way, and she's trying to be justified in feeling this way, because for her it's very real. Like, I'm sure she's paranoid and panicked, and that's not a good place to be in. And it's probably like a drug. Like, okay, I had my eyes on you, so it was fine. It was fine. And she feels okay when she gets that little hit, but it's not healthy, and it's not a justifiable reason. And the only way that she's going to fix it is to learn how to trust.
Yeah, she needs to have a healthy dose of looking at herself through those binoculars, maybe, because she wants to put the problems on everybody else like it's them, and it's actually a her problem. It's not Johnny problem. It's not his friend's problem. They're not doing anything. She needs to really reflect on why she looks at things the way that she does, because it's just not correct.
It's dangerous. I mean, if she doesn't fix this problem and she and Johnny get together and get married and have babies and all of that stuff, if this woman is 70 years old, climbing up in that damn palm tree to spy on her husband, she's going to fall out and break a hip, and that's it. Game over. This is a health hazard on multiple levels, but, this is dangerous.
She's going to spend her life alone is what she's going to do.
Now, she says she's not looking for a gold star here for like giving everything up. She just doesn't see Johnny giving up his youth lifestyle and hooking up with random strangers. Okay, first of all, what youth lifestyle? She's the one that wants to go drinking. Johnny doesn't even go out and drink. And I think he gave up hooking up with random strangers. If he hadn't given that up, you wouldn't be here.
Exactly.
And then in the ITMs, Chloe says what she really needs to say to Johnny's face, which is, you broke my trust in the past, and I am the way I am, although she blames it on trust being broke, but whatever. She's the way she is. And if he wants to go out with his friend and not be controlled, then she just needs to break up with them. First of all, she says this isn't control because she feels like it's justified. But she's like, if you think that this is control, me telling you not to hang out with your friend, then you need to break up with me. She just needs to say that to Johnny because I have a feeling he'd leave her.
Yeah, I think he'd have a lot of clarity.
Yeah. He's hoping that she'll change. I think she's just going to get wilder and wilder.
I think she's going to get worse.
Tia and Dylan, I really like them. And Dylan, not only is he a plumber, but he is like a home reno guy. He reminds me of Ty from, what was it, Trading Spaces that everybody had a crush on?
Yeah, isn't
Ty
he?
Pennington?
Yeah, didn't he do the houses too, where like they would give away a house to somebody? Yes.
He had that show
Move
after
that
Trading
bus.
Spaces.
Yeah, the Move That Bus.
So he is a landlord and a property owner, and he's got mailbox money. He is fixing up houses and renting them out. So he's just got money coming in.
He's just got them dollars raining.
Well, there's a lot of expenses that
I
come along
know.
with property. And that's the thing. He cannot support Patia's champagne lifestyle. But a week ago, Patia told him it's okay. She doesn't need those things anymore. A week ago. And this is where Dylan is concerned. He wants to make sure that they're on the same page financially and that she's not going to just blow through all of the money and blow them into debt, that she will be happy with what he brings in.
The simple life.
The simple life.
Yeah.
So he takes her to a house that he's renovated for her. We see the before pictures and the after pictures. That is a beautiful reno.
Yeah, he did an awesome job.
It's gorgeous. It looks a lot more modern. The decorations are really nice. They're almost like a bohemian, modern.
Mm-hmm.
And he has their pics on the fridge.
I
So
know.
cute. So cute.
The little magnet pics.
So it's not a ring, but it's a house that's a good step in the right direction. And he says the magic words, I'm taking you shopping.
Yeah, they need
Her
some-
eyes light up. Patia, she is glowing. You see the sparkle in her eyes. She's like, yes, sir.
Yeah,
Let's go.
the house needs some furniture and stuff. So she's laying it all out. She wants the cream sectional over here, maybe a table over here.
What do you think about a cream sectional in that room?
I don't know, because my brain always goes to what's gonna show the least amount of dirt when I'm buying furniture. So I guess somebody who doesn't have kids or pets or anything, cream is okay. Not my choice.
Well, the room, like all of the rooms are very white.
Well, you wouldn't want to put cream
off-white,
in there. You want to put some color.
but like stark white. And the living room opens up to the kitchen, which has
Mhm.
white backsplash. And then the carpet is gray.
Yeah, cream.
Cream is, this had more of a cooler
Mm-hmm.
pattern, and cream seems warmer. I was thinking like a black
Yeah, you
would
always
look really nice.
you always notice all of that stuff. See, I'm not paying any attention to that stuff when I'm watching. I'm just
You know how to,
watching the
like,
people.
decorate and
Yeah, well, I do too, but I'm just not paying attention when I'm watching the show.
Or like a dark color, like even a navy blue or like a hunter green,
Mm-hmm.
like a velvet couch. I think there's a lot of options in there, but the cream, I didn't think it would go with the color pattern. But maybe, I mean, she might add an interesting touch to it that I can't even imagine. So it'll be interesting if they end up getting that cream couch. I'm excited to see what that looks like. It's like playing Decor in my head, except I can't see anything because I'm an AF fan. Anyway, opposites attract. Paula Abdul stuck in my head. 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. We come together because opposites attract. Who'd have thought? Anyway.
That's a great video too.
It is. Yeah, but Rush Rush with Keanu Reeves. Definitely my favorite song.
She had some great
that on the
songs
cassette
back
a
then.
lot.
Yeah.
So he's structured and she makes a mess. I take it easy, baby. I get obsessed. Anyway, he's got the money and she's always broke. Okay, I'm done. Sorry to offend everybody with my singing. Anyway, he is super structured.
Very.
He is weighing out his food on a scale. He's like, here's some salmon and asparagus and brown rice. He's telling her how many grams is each serving, and it's 379 calories, which honestly, it looked delicious.
It did. I'd eat that.
Although, I don't think he put butter or anything on it because he boils chicken to get the fat out. Salmon, I want to ruin it with like some pesto butter.
I'm just sitting there thinking, you just eat whatever you want. I'll watch you cook it, and then I'll order me a pizza and sit here and watch.
Now, whatever he wants, he's eating kangaroo too.
I did not know they ate kangaroo.
I know. I was like, oh, the little ruse.
We need to look that up. I want to make sure.
He's gonna eat. He bought her that little stuffed kangaroo, and then he takes her home and gives it to her for dinner.
Oh man, Dylan, no.
He eats very healthy. It's like a lot of protein. So tuna, salmon, kangaroo, eggs, protein shakes, and then some veggies, which are low in carbohydrates but high in nutrients, and then brown rice, which is a complex carbohydrate. So your body, it's harder for it to break down than like a white rice. White rice is very processed. And the reason I know this is my diabetes, my type 1 diabetes. I have a CGM, and it measures my blood glucose every 5 minutes. And I don't make any insulin. So I see when those carbohydrates hit my bloodstream. If I eat white rice, it hits a lot faster. Like my blood sugar will spike versus if I eat brown rice, it stays more stable because it takes my body longer to get it into my bloodstream. Although with Monjero, it's pretty straight line all the time. So that's amazing medicine. Anyway, she talks about cooking for him, and he's like, oh, well, that would be a cheat meal. Oh, geez.
Cheat meal.
He's like, you just eyeball things, which I get it. Like if I weigh things out, count my nutrients, put the exact carbohydrates into my insulin pump, it's awesome. It's like perfect. I don't have a lot of issues, but I just want to eyeball when I cook. I just want to like toss it in there and then eat some, you know? It's a lot to weigh all of that out.
I'd say that he's done it long enough. He probably can almost eyeball it seriously.
Well, he also knows how much he's supposed to eat. And that's probably why he's eating the same things over and over again.
Yeah.
But a cheat meal, like, here's your chicken pot pie. It's a cheat meal.
My cheat meal is like a half a gallon of ice cream, a bag of M&Ms, maybe some Oreos, and a 2-day movie fest.
My cheat meal was candy corn last night. People are going to be like, you eat candle wax? Yeah. What flavor is it? It's delicious.
Have you seen the new recipe where if you like melt it down and you put it with white chocolate, and I think it's evaporated milk or condensed milk, whichever one of them, it makes a fudge that tastes like Butterfingers.
Nah, I just want the candy corn.
I love Butterfingers though, so.
But candy corn with peanuts and a little trail mix, super good.
I like candy corn. I am not somebody that hates candy corn.
Dylan would be disgusted.
I'm sure.
I mean, I am Patia. He says, like, his laundry, it's all put away. I'm not even going to turn my camera over because it's bad.
Did you
It's
throw
bad.
everything in the corner but so that the camera can't see it?
Oh, yeah. The camera's always pointed away from it. And I'm trying to organize and sort it out. I'm actually going through things and getting rid of stuff and organizing. So I'm making some progress on that. But yeah, this is like me and my husband. His stuff's always done. Mine is not. But he likes weighing the food out. He likes that control. It makes me wonder if there was some sort of point in his life where he didn't have control and he finds comfort in this to like compensate for that.
You know, when I watched it, I was just thinking like a bodybuilder or somebody training for a specific event or something. They're very specific with their foods and what they eat and measuring and stuff. So I just looked at it as maybe some kind of very disciplined routine to get a result that he wanted, possibly in that. And, I mean, we know he's the stripper too, so maybe that's part of it, is just wanting to look good for, that job. Yeah.
It is. But think about the limitations. If she wants to go out to dinner, he can't go out to dinner.
Well, maybe that'll be a cheat meal.
But how often is he doing a cheat meal?
I don't know. I would do them every weekend. So maybe every day. Well, I am not that disciplined. I like my food.
We see Patia wake up and he's making a protein shake and he has tuna out. And she's like, "Are you going to put the tuna in that protein shake?" He said, "I'm not that crazy." I was like,
thinking about
the
chicken in the blender.
Jordan with the chicken and Crystal Light in the blender. Thank you, Dylan. He's like, "I'm not that crazy." And honestly, tuna in like an almond milk or milk protein shake, kind of, I don't know. Does that sound less gross than chicken with Crystal Light? Pick your poison.
It has to.
Which are you doing?
I'm going to do the tuna because there's no way that chicken with the Crystal Light could have even tasted good. Like, it's probably none of it's going to taste good, but if I'm going to have to go one way or another, I'll probably take the tuna and milk.
I think I'm on that page too. Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not that crazy though. So Dylan's mom calls. Obviously, this is set up by production. They didn't just happen to be there when he got a phone call from his mom, and then she just happens to show up in 5 minutes. She's probably standing outside the house calling.
Okay, go, go, go.
Like, call now. Okay.
Yeah.
So Patia, she looked great. I mean, she's just standing there in a row, but she goes and she puts on a cute little velour sweatsuit. It's garnet colored and a headband. Very cute. And his mom comes over. She's like, "I'm sorry I look like this. I didn't know you were coming over." She looked great.
Yeah.
She always looks great. She's got that Fountain of Youth face mask, which, what is in that, baby? What is in that?
I was wondering the same thing. I want her to say what that mask is that she's wearing.
I need like 3 layers of that stat. And we learn more about why Patia and Dylan's mom don't get along. And it's not quite as extreme, at least according to Dylan, as what Patia told us when she came over. Patia doesn't understand why Dylan is so close with his mom. And to be fair, she doesn't have kids, which, like, your connection with your child is so different than anything you can describe.
Any other human being.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And Dylan's mom, of course, is a sounding board. You vent to your parents. Now, should you be running to your parents with every little problem? No, because then they're going to sit there and look at your partner in a bad way. But he's concerned about the finances.
And he said his mom gives great advice, too.
So his mom, very sweet. She brings flowers and cookies, biscuits, and Dylan says, "We're going to go get some furniture." She's like, "Oh, shopping." And she's kind of like, "Oh, good thing Dylan's going with you. So you don't spend all the money." Shouldn't say that, but it's enough for Patia to step back and say, "Why are you talking to your mom about this?" You can't cut off his sounding board because you and him are having a disagreement. Whether it's his mom or his friend, he is trying to get some feedback on the situation, trying to figure out if he is reacting appropriately. How would you react? Is this something I should worry about? He's got a sounding board. When you start cutting off his support system, especially his mom. That's not healthy.
Well, it kind of tends to be a little narcissistic or abusive. That's what abusers do, is cut
And
off.
I don't get that feeling at all from
No.
Patia.
But I'm just saying that's usually one of the signs. It's usually a red flag when a person in your relationship is trying to get you away from your support system
And I
or
understand.
not have one.
She's a grown-ass woman, and she doesn't want his mom, who's probably the same age as her, telling her how to spend money. His mom, though, I didn't feel like she was telling Patia what to do in so much as telling Dylan to be diligent with his money.
Yeah. I thought his mom was very nice and courteous with Patia. And I also, in listening to the conversation and Dylan talking, got a better understanding that this has probably been an issue with them in the past, these finances.
Well, the first time that Dylan's mom met Patia, she heard that Patia didn't like her. And that has colored her view of Patia. So maybe now that they're in the same country and they spend more time with each other, it won't just be he said, she said, which is really just probably Dylan running back and forth. And Dylan says they hate each other, but they're getting along. But I want to see what happens when they're actually interacting more and they're together more. And I don't know. I have hope for them, but finances are important.
Yeah, they're huge. And, it's like you said, he was like, you were just telling me last week that you were, you didn't have enough for rent. You didn't have enough for this. And then you went and did a shopping spree. That's concerning
For
to
summer
him.
clothes when it's fall here.
Yeah, that's concerning to him. And I can see why it would be. That's not a prioritizing at all.
The biggest concern, though, is people don't change. Sometimes they have to when they are in a situation where they don't have a choice. And maybe that's where they are since he can't support the champagne budget. But we'll see with this couple. We will see. Now, speaking of someone criticizing financial decisions of their partner and then kind of like completely ignoring their needs and then spending a bunch of money and justifying it. Not to say that's what was happening with Dylan and Patia, but this kind of transitions over to Greta and Matthew. Because Matthew, those massages, that's unnecessary, but they're going rental shopping and whoa, 3-bedroom house. This thing is huge. They're walking into like some estate or something.
It's bigger than his parents' house.
It's huge.
Yeah.
And on the way there, he says, I don't think it's as urban as she wants. Greta is from Oklahoma. She says she walks everywhere in town. People think she's weird, but she wanted to be in a city that was walkable. Now, to be fair, he does say it's only 5 minutes from the town center. So you could probably bike there in 20 minutes or something.
I don't think it's the kind of city she was thinking of, though. And again, she makes the comment about, I wonder what the age of the people are here. So every place they go, she seems to think it's like seniors and retirement aged people.
Or maybe, how does she know?
I don't know, but she makes that comment. That's the second time she's made that comment.
Do you think maybe it's because they're older houses because there's a longer history?
Well, yeah. For sure, if you're someplace like that, that's what you're going to encounter. It's not going to be, brand new urban developments. It's, it's historical. It doesn't necessarily mean
through. What are you basing this on?
Yeah, it doesn't mean that it's full of retirees, for crying out loud.
So I'm interested to know what she's basing that on. Now, you know what a sitting room is, right?
Yeah, family room, living room. That's what I would call a sitting room.
She's like, or a parlor. She's like, is that like a living room? We had a sitting room at the front of our house, and I turned it into an office because, like, why do I need a sitting room and a living room? Actually, now it's Rob's studio. He completely took over it as soon as we got the people to come do it. But this is a huge house, 3 bedrooms, sitting room. Now it has a small oven, so I guess we're not going to be cooking turkeys for Thanksgiving.
Well, they're vegan anyway. What the hell are they going to stick in the oven?
So they're going to make a tofurkey.
Maybe.
They don't celebrate Thanksgiving. This is Britain. I was making a joke. He's like, oh, they could just have a tofurkey.
Shit. I
They won't
completely
do
missed
that.
that. No surprise. You
No,
knew
Dee
that
said
would
they're
happen.
Vegan. I'm like, they're British.
You
That's
knew
not
that was going to
exactly
happen.
the day to celebrate.
You set me up. Redo,
Yes.
redo.
I didn't know. I never
you
know.
you knew the odds were about 90% that I wouldn't catch that.
Well, when I mentioned the tofurkey, I figured that I'd be leading you down that path. But they are looking at the bedrooms. Oh, this one could be an office. Oh, this one could be a child's room.
2 twin
And
beds.
2 twin beds. This is where my notes turn to all capital letters.
Uh-huh.
What were your thoughts? You start.
I was just thinking, have they even had a conversation about kids? I don't remember hearing anything about kids.
No, Greta says she got a pit in her stomach because she's not
At a
even sure
rock.
if she wants to
To
have
have kids.
kids yet. And she has not had this conversation with
Who-
Matthew.
How do you not do that? Like, how do you not go to someone who is your fiance that you're going to marry and them not know and you not have the conversation that you don't think that you're sure if you want to have kids or not, but yet you love your damn cat and all you can talk about is your cat. You know, you can't wait to get Hazel over there. What? And
She is moving to a different country before they have that conversation. I feel like she's trapping him because then if she's like, I'm not sure, and he's like, well, this is what I want, then she can
Mhm.
be like, well, I made all these sacrifices for you, which is
she's got a fail safe button.
how do you not have this conversation before you move?
Yeah, because I don't think that it's something he's not talked about. That him talking about the twin beds and the bedroom and kids and things like that makes me think that kids have been in his end of the conversation.
And she just goes along with it and doesn't say
Mhm.
anything.
Mhm.
Interesting. I mean, my husband and I broke up before I turned 30, when I was 29, because he said he wasn't sure if he ever wanted to get married or have kids.
Mhm.
That was it. That was like the only reason. I was about to turn 30 and that's what I wanted. Then I got engaged and met somebody who wanted to get
Mhm.
married and had been married before and already had kids, and then that didn't work out. And then my husband was like, that guy's an idiot, and so was I.
Here we are.
And here we are. Married. Me and my husband are married with a kid now.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to think about things.
Yeah. I just think about the things that Greta has prioritized as conversations. And I think this one should have been pretty high at the top of the list.
Before you packed your first bag, this should have come up.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder what else they haven't talked about.
Mm-hmm. True.
This is a big one. I get her point too. She is not happy seeing this house. She's like, we don't need this. We don't need 3 bedrooms. This is more house than we need. And I
Mhm.
get her anger in him criticizing her weekly massages, finding this house and ignoring her need for wanting to be closer to an urban area, and then sitting here and saying, okay, your needs aren't important. It's not worth spending money on you for your massage, but it's worth it for me to spend money on this house that I want so that we can have twins and move you out away from everybody.
Mm-hmm. Isolator.
And
That's what I feel like. I mean, it feels like
Well-
an isolation, I think, to her
Dee.
because she's wanting this, like urban lifestyle where she can walk to all of these things and isolated out in a small place like that. If she doesn't have a vehicle, she can't just,
Dee, it's 5 minutes from the town center.
Well, but what kind of
it's-
town center is it? I mean, are we
I
talking
don't
about?
know, but it's 5 minutes away.
I
think that this is an exaggeration because she's panicking. She's like,
Gotcha.
oh gosh, the kid stuff has come up and this guy already isn't giving me what I want, which are my massages. And he's not listening to me wanting, like,
Mm-hmm.
if he's going to want kids, then I'm going to complain about being 5 minutes from the town center instead of right up on it. Do you see what I'm saying? It's
You don't think it's legit? Legit?
No, I think it's legit, but I absolutely think it's legit. But if he's going to sit here and say, I want kids, and she knows she's going to have to address that, then 5 minutes from the town center might as well be 100 miles away.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to make these things as big of a deal as kids. which I can't judge. For me, whether or not you want kids would be a bigger deal than being 5 minutes away from town.
True. I agree.
Maybe, I don't know. But I get what she's saying as far as him just ignoring her needs. And this is not the first time.
No.
He ignored her needs when she came there. He did not have everything set up. He just went and dusted. And you know what, Greta? You don't want kids with a guy that's going to ignore your needs.
True.
Kids are hard. If you're on the fence about it, you're going to be tilting the other way with a dude that's ignoring your needs. So not good.
No, I don't see them making it to the down the aisle at all.
Not good. Well, that's it. That is it for 90 Day the Other Way, Season 7, Episode 8, Forza. I think we are getting my favorite back next week, Brat.
I tried not to look at the previews, but I did
Natalie.
see that she was in them. Her and
I
Lloyd.
didn't see what she was saying, but I saw her face and I was very happy that she will be back. Tomorrow night, Love is Blind reunion is coming out. I'm so excited about that. I actually started watching Married at First Sight. They dropped the first 4 episodes last week and it's really good. They have like the brides, they range from age 27 to age 63. So
That's a good range.
they're 27, 29, 38, 47, and 63 that are getting married at first sight. The 47-year-old, her daughter's the 27-year-old. So it's a mom and daughter both getting husbands.
Oh, wow. That's
It's really good.
interesting.
I don't know that we're going to cover it. But if Dee watches it, we might give like a little rundown of our thoughts on it. We're not going to do the whole thing.
Yeah, I had a very busy weekend. I did not get a chance to watch it.
We have been slammed and we're getting busy at work, and Love is Blind kicked our butt. Married at First Sight, that schedule is very much the same. Look, we've got to make money so we can do this podcast, pay for the podcast. So we got to do the lawyer stuff. But yeah, so we'll be going down to just having Sister Wives and The Other Way, but I'm excited about this because it's going to give us a chance to drop other things like documentaries or Am I the Asshole from Reddit. It will give us a little more flexibility with our schedule to pick up on those fun things. So we'll probably be dropping those things once a week as well, as long as things don't get crazy. They're starting to get crazy. Work is really picking up.
I'm surprised. Usually this is the time of year that we start like winding down a little bit because the holidays are coming and people don't want to spend the money. And then like
we've
afterward,
been wound down for a lot of the year.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, Channel Surfers. Well, thank you for listening. Make sure you like and subscribe. We love seeing your support. We love you guys. Thanks for following. Join us on Facebook and all the places. Go look at the YouTube. I've got all the links on there. Click. And we'll see you tomorrow. Well, no, we'll see you Thursday with Love is Blind because it doesn't drop until 9 p.m. So Love is Blind will be on Thursday. All right. I've talked enough. I love y'all. Bye.
Let's ride.
Tune in, don't delay.